That would be amazing, man, because with the run game, and that's what he had before. He had Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
So, of course, they're going to win, double-digit games. You have Marshawn Lynch, and then, you got to stop him. Then you go over the top, with the speed that we have at wide receiver.
Right.
It'll be a match made in heaven. And then he would want to come here because, number one, they got a good tight end.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty good receiver in Smith. They have guys that he can make better and throw open. I mean,
we need to get our Metcalf for Smith, because Smith is like a Lockett.
Yes.
We need to get a Metcalf to go along with our Lockett.
Right.
Help us out, a veteran guy. Like we said yesterday, Robinson from the Bears.
Oh, my goodness.
How about
and he
that?
just wanted to come
Wilson,
here?
Yeah, Russell Wilson, Robinson, and Devontae Smith.
Wow.
That'd be pretty good, right?
That'd be real good.
Welcome back to the middle. Barrett Brooks and Harry Mays. Thanks to Mark McMillan for jumping in. And Martin Frank coming up at 12:30. But yesterday I saw this on Twitter. And Adam Schefter does a hit locally here in Philly on my former radio station in the mornings, I believe, once a week. So every week he's sort of got to come up with stuff. I guess that's Philly centric at least to get people talking, right? And yesterday it came out that I don't know if he was just hypothesizing, connecting dots because the Eagles have all these draft picks. Seattle's in a bad way; they're going to miss the playoffs, and things are going downhill rapidly for Russell Wilson in Seattle. It's been talked about that he might seek a change of scenery anyway. That's been out there for a while. And just connecting dots, or if he actually heard something from some of Russell's people that indicated that he would consider waiving a, whatever no trade clause that he has to come to Philadelphia.
I did see that.
Now, did you see that?
It wasn't specific on where the information was coming from, whether he was just guessing that he might do it,
right?
Or was it just because at this point the rubber might have hit the road, because this is the first time that they won't have a double-digit win season. First time he's been hurt throughout the season, didn't play all 16 games.
Right.
And there's a lot of first times that went on this year that he hadn't faced before.
Right.
So maybe the head coach, might be thinking about retiring, because he's old. Those are all things that were, thrown up in the air. So I don't know where this information came from.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if that's the case, I'm not mad.
No, I'm not either.
I mean, it's not like you have to get rid of Jalen Hurts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He can still stay here, but it'll be in the capacity the Eagles drafted him to be in, and that'll be as a backup.
Right.
But, there's no question it would definitely improve this team. This team will get instant credibility and be a top team in the NFL, not just in our division, but
right.
in the NFL, in the NFC. It definitely upgrades us, and it'll make us a better team. Now, is the defensive side of the ball ready to take the reins and become, the yin to that offense's yang if he does come?
Well, that's the thing. What would it cost you? I don't know if I'm willing to give up all three of those picks. If they indeed have 3 picks, 2.
Yeah.
You give me 2.
Well,
give me 2, Utah. Give me 2.
2, and I might 2, and he's here. 3,
right.
Not so much. We need to get more talent in this locker room. Also,
mm-hmm.
We need an infusion of fresh blood. And, not necessarily, we know that, I mean, I'm tired of beating my head against the wall as far as saying that they need a linebacker. We know they need a linebacker. They know they need a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
But I doubt seriously they're going to draft somebody first round. But we do need another pass rusher. Somebody can come in and generate pressure.
Right.
I think that's the biggest need this team needs, is a pass rusher.
Your guy from Purdue, perhaps.
Purdue, or maybe the guy from Michigan, one of the two.
Oh, yeah. And they got two of them, right?
Yeah. So, one of those three guys would be perfect.
They're not going to get up high enough now to get Thibodeau. I'm convinced of it. Since Miami is going on this win streak, that has kind of put that out the window.
They would do that, you know what I'm saying, just to screw us up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just to screw us up.
They've won 5 in a row, and they'll probably beat the Giants this week and make it 6.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then
Daniel Jones isn't playing, I don't think.
He's not.
I don't think so.
See, that's
not looking good. He got banged up last week.
Well, I mean, we didn't do anything to him. He might have hurt himself running
Maybe
into
he
the
hurt
locker.
himself in the shower or something.
Right.
Yeah. Patting himself on the back for the great performance and the big win.
Yeah, he might have hit a. You like that?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. A little Kirk Cousins. But yeah, I mean, jeez. Would that be the worst of things? Give up 2 first-round picks and get Russell Wilson?
Absolutely not.
Because I don't think he's near done. I know he's looked bad in the last couple. He hasn't had a good year, and he's looked really bad since coming back from this injury. I still think the finger is bothering him.
Well, can you imagine that run game with him? Him going over the top.
Right.
That would be amazing, man, because with the run game, and that's what he had before. He had Marshawn Lynch. Right. So, of course, they're going to win, double-digit games. You have Marshawn Lynch, and then, you got to stop him. Then you go over the top, with the speed that we have at wide receiver.
Right.
It'll be a match made in heaven. And then he would want to come here because, number one, they got a good tight end.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty good receiver in Smith. They have guys that he can make better and throw open. I mean,
we need to get our Metcalf for Smith, because Smith is like a Lockett.
Yes.
We need to get a Metcalf to go along with our Lockett.
Right.
Help Russ out, a veteran guy. Like we said yesterday, Robinson from the Bears.
Oh, my goodness.
How about
he
that?
Just wanted
Russell
to come
Wilson,
here?
Yeah, Russell Wilson, Robinson, and Devontae Smith.
Wow.
That'd be pretty good, right?
That'd be real good.
Yeah.
With the running game, with an offensive line like that, it'd be amazing, bro. Amazing. And don't get me all geeked up, man. Don't get me all geeked
Why
up.
not?
Because I
You're
like
getting on a plane to go to Montana. I mean, I don't want you going to sleep. You got to watch film on the Grizz on the way out there, right?
I do. That's what I do, man. Flying, I log on and I watch. I get the internet through the plane, and all I do is just watch games on my way there, and break down film. I probably watch an average game. I watch each opponent. I watch 5 games, 5 of the latest games on each side. So that's 10 games total.
Right.
But then,
now, where do you get this stuff? Like, who sends this stuff to you?
I get it off YouTube.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I get everything off YouTube.
Really? So, but that's not all 22 then, is it?
Oh, it's not all 22.
No. Okay.
But I get enough of what I see. Like, I love high end zone. High end zone is the perfect look for me. So, I mean, they have enough that I get to see it, and I break it down. I see what's going on. I get pissed off sometimes because I can't see a replay, or I can't go back, like I would. I need to get a pointer that works directly with YouTube, that I can, rewind and, fast forward, because, it becomes taxing. But when you love what you do, man. So I'll probably watch 10 games, amongst both teams. And then, like, the night before and the day of, I'll just go in and watch just the highlights on it. Right. I watch the full games, all 5 full games of each team. And then I turn around, I watch the highlights of 1 or 2 games just to see the big plays. And that's where I get the big, the numbers who really making the plays.
Right. Now, do any of these teams, the Eastern Washington and Montana. Have any guys that might go to the NFL?
They do have a couple, man, that are talented. Everybody's talking about, Eastern Washington had Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm. So, right, they did. Yeah.
So, he's still on the website and everything. But they got a bunch of guys that will go in and they might make the practice squad, they don't have a lot of big play guys you would say will make it to that next level. It'd be instant, stars or high draft picks, put it like that. Right, I don't see any high draft picks. So I look at Montana, like their quarterback, Cam Humphreys.
Yep.
Cam Humphreys is he's a functional quarterback. He'll be on a practice squad somewhere, more than likely. But they got some big receivers, like they got Samuel Hakeem. He's 6'4", 210. He can come in and make it the squad, man. Pretty good speed. He's not a blazer, but he has pretty good speed. Probably runs like a 4.5 or 4.6. 6'4", 210 pounds. He could take it to that next level. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm looking at Montana. They have a linebacker, Marcus Wilner.
All right.
He's 6'2", 225, but he's a stud linebacker, man.
Yeah.
He makes plays
NFL?
all day long. He'll be a scrappy guy going to start off. He reminds me of
Singleton.
Not Singleton. Matakevich. He's a Matakevich.
Tyler Matakevich from Temple. Yeah.
From Temple,
well, he only played special teams since he's gotten to the NFL.
This kid will be the same way.
Yeah, with Buffalo and Pittsburgh and so forth. Yeah. Well, Kevin Savard on the stream was like, how about linebackers? Because, we got a middle-round linebacker from Montana. We already have one from Montana State. That's where Singleton came from.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when I look at I'm talking about Eastern Washington. I'm looking at their team. There's they're kind of small up front, but they do have some guys that can rush the passer. Like Mitchell Johnson, he can rush the passer. 6'3", 245, and he's a young guy too. It's like a freshman or sophomore. He'll be able to make it to that next level. I'm thinking because he has a motor that he goes, man.
You gotta have a motor if you're playing at the FCS level, man.
Oh, no question. You do,
yeah,
man.
No doubt. Yeah, they want you to recruit these guys out there. Kevin Savard said, have him talk to Barrett, talk to him about the Eagles, man.
It wouldn't make no difference, man. I couldn't talk to him. If I did talk to him, Howie still wouldn't go take my advice.
No, absolutely not. Barrett, don't you realize we don't draft linebackers? Oh man! Now, did you see the point spread for tonight's game? Dallas, of course, plays tonight, and they're going to go up against the running quarterback tonight.
Right.
The line actually went back in Dallas's favor a little bit. It's up to 6. It was back down to 44.5. Now they say Taysom Hill's playing, so it goes up to 6.
Well, that's because Taysom Hill, man. He's just not a guy that's going to go out there and just blow you away with his arm strength. He's just a running back with
playing quarterback. Yeah, it's like a Tebow kind of thing. Yeah. So you expect a lot of little like gadget plays tonight, direct snaps and stuff to Alvin Kamara, all that kind of stuff, because he's going to play.
Well, see, he's going to play, but he evens up the number count when you play against him, because usually the quarterback, if he just hands the ball as a passer, he's out of the equation as far as being somebody that can really do something with the ball. Well, he makes you account for him, so those 11 guys have to account for all 11 people on the field.
Right.
Usually when you're a quarterback, you just have to account for 10 people.
Well, it's kind of like playing Jalen Hurts.
Exactly. That's what it is. And when you're a defense, you have to account for him as a viable threat. You have to play, assignment correct football. Back in the day when you used to have the option play. In the option, you always have to tackle the fullback, not just cover the fullback, tackle the fullback, tackle the running back, then tackle the quarterback. That was a responsibility. Whether they had the ball or not, you would have to tackle them at the line of scrimmage.
They were doing that to Jalen last week, the Giants.
Exactly.
They were getting some licks in on him.
And that's, and that comes with, being a guy that's going to have the ball in his hands with the potential to run. He's going to take a beating because of that. Because to play assignment correct football, you have to make sure that you're there to take your assignment. You got to take that fullback every single time, or take that running back and tackle him every single time. When you don't do that, you don't play your assignment, that's when the big plays come. That's when Jalen Hurts will beat you for like 30 yards. That's when Taysom Hill will do the same thing. So, they're paying Taysom Hill a lot of money.
I know.
To be a third-team quarterback. I wonder why it took him this long to put him in that position.
They gave him that contract back in the spring last year, and then they've already redone it already.
Right, and made it less.
But he's still getting a pretty good amount of guaranteed money.
I think the total of his contract now is still hovering around $60 million.
Well, that's all in though. He'll never
Yeah.
see all that.
No.
Yeah, that's window dressing.
But still, though, does he do enough on the field to garner that much money? We're talking about a guy that's going to come in on special occasions for, special situations.
Yeah,
He
Sean
might
Payton loves
10
him
or
for
12.
some
Yeah,
reason.
but he only get like 10 or 12 snaps a game. You paying him all that money for 10 or 12 snaps a game?
I know.
I mean, that's love and being an idiot is two different things.
Exactly.
Man.
Seems counterintuitive with a salary cap sport to me.
Exactly. He's not worth that much money for what his production is. Against us, he didn't have a snap. He did not touch the field.
In the game a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, right. Two weeks ago. Didn't have a snap. And he was in uniform and he was active. That's what I couldn't understand. They love this guy so much. And Simeon was struggling until the fourth quarter when they put up those 15 points in 4.5 minutes, and your buddy Barkan got all excited. But outside of that, Simeon didn't do anything until then. So I'm like, where was Taysom Hill if you like this guy so much?
And you know what? And
doesn't make any sense.
I still think that it's going to be a tight game with Dallas. It's going to be a real tight game
tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah. Dallas will win. If Trevor Simeon was playing, I believe they would have a fair shot of beating him. And I would have been locked down if he was starting. That he would, they would beat the Dallas Cowboys because they got everybody back. They got Alvin Kamara back. They got both their tackles back.
The tackles, yeah.
I mean, they would beat him because Kamara is that good of an athlete. He's that good of a player. In fact, you know what? I still may. I think you're
still picking the Saints.
I'm still picking the Saints.
It's your Dallas hate coming out.
It is.
You can't take your heart out of it.
But it's not necessarily. It's Kamara, man. He's that much of a threat. I mean, I sat there and watched. Well, when I watched him beat Seattle, I thought that was Seattle. That's not the Seattle I saw.
No,
and I've seen the past couple of weeks. Seattle's bad, really bad.
All right, now did you see? I don't know if you read Mike K's stuff this morning. NJ.com. He did a piece on the Eagles and how the penalties have impacted their scoring. How Eagles offensive penalties have wiped out touchdowns and possibly cost them much more. And he went through all of them, beginning with last week with the Herbig penalty that you and I have talked about for a couple days now. But he went back into some of the other games. The game against Kansas City in week 4.
Out of bounds play,
right.
Both out of bounds plays where the touchdowns got called back. Jalen Reagor started it out against San Fran, ran out of bounds, ran in, illegal touching. Then Smith did it the exact next week with Kansas City. He ran out of bounds, came in, legal touch,
Carolina, there was one that got wiped out.
Then you got a touchdown was wiped out with illegal man downfield.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that was right. Lane Johnson. That was Lane Johnson one time.
That's a lot of touchdowns that that don't get put in the stats that were literally touchdowns with stupid penalties.
Says
stupid
here
penalties.
The Eagles have had 36 penalties on offense this season. 5 of those flags have cost the Eagles touchdown drives. While the Eagles salvaged points with field goals on 4 of those drives, they essentially traded 35 potential points for 12.
Wow.
And he says here, and he's right, the Eagles have improved their penalty issue from the start of the season, but it's hard not to look at the nullified touchdowns and wonder what could have happened if those scores weren't taken off the board. Obviously, they would have won last week. That's for sure. But then I went and looked at all the penalties for the NFL. The Eagles used to lead the league, and they are now the 6th most penalized team. Can you take a guess as to who is the most penalized team in the NFL?
Dallas?
Yes.
Bang. I hate them.
Well, they had 14 on Thanksgiving Day.
Right.
Remember Thanksgiving afternoon. They've now got 91 accepted penalties against them. The Eagles have 80. Second are the Raiders, and they had 14 that day. That Thanksgiving Day game skewed all this stuff, man. Both of those teams.
It was ridiculous.
We talked about how horrendous that was. It's Dallas at 91, and out of the 91, 19 are offensive holding penalties.
Wow.
15 are false starts. The false starts drive me insane.
Well, that's because pre-snap penalty are the worst penalties because you've done nothing athletically to get that penalty. You know what I mean?
Right. To me, it's a lack of focus.
It is. That's all it is.
It really is.
But hold on, Angry Al is saying that Kamara's not playing.
What?
Are you kidding me? I heard he was playing.
So did I. Well, Angry Al, he's a Cowboy guy, so maybe.
Yeah, I know he's a Cowboy fan. Been known it.
He's ruled out already.
Oh, the Saints won't have star running back Alvin Kamara. Oh, come on.
Wow. What? No, that's why that line moved.
Yeah.
Well, then now your prediction, Dallas wins.
Oh, Dallas wins.
Dallas wins by 10.
And Armstead's not playing either.
They win by 10.
Oh,
at least. At least.
And this is from Ian Rappaport.
Well, now I don't even have to watch it. Thank you. Thank you, Angry Al. Appreciate you, man. Third most highest penalized team are the Carolina Panthers, followed by the Cleveland Browns, the Chargers, and then the Eagles.
Wow.
With 80. For the Eagles, the most penalized, the biggest area outside of other is false starts.
Yep.
They only have 9 offensive holding penalties. It's pretty crazy. I find that stuff interesting to look at. Like the Vikings and the Jaguars have. You know how many false starts the Jaguars have? 22.
Well, they're just not a disciplined team, period.
That's why bad coaching right there.
And I believe that's why I don't think he makes it this year. I think he goes back to college football.
You think so?
I think he goes back to college football this year.
Well, man, he missed the boat on USC, LSU, and probably Notre Dame. Notre Dame's probably going to hire that defensive coordinator.
Well, but still, though, I mean, there's somebody will let him in. Somebody will want him. You know what I mean? He's just not. He might take a hiatus like he did. Was it Ohio State or Florida?
Yeah.
For
well, he claimed there was health issues there.
Yeah. Wow. So look, the Saints, Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk, and Teron Armstead will be inactive tonight, per sources. Wow.
I don't even think they want to play.
No.
You know what I mean? They're at this point. They're like, you know what? We stink. Taysom Hill's playing. Trevor Siemian stinks. My hamstring hurts. Coach.
Right.
Coach, I need another week, man.
Give me it.
I can't go, Coach.
You can't put me out there with Taysom. Are you kidding me?
I mean, at least give me a game time decision on Alvin Kamara. So Dallas has to think that he might play and then do the old, we worked him out on the field pregame and he can't go. He's a scratch.
I'm surprised
what are you telegraphing that stuff for?
Bro, I'm surprised it even took, it only the line went up 2 points. I would have thought it'd been more than that. And look, Cooper's back. I mean,
Amari Cooper's back.
Man.
CeeDee Lamb, I think, is back too.
CeeDee Lamb is back. Yeah. They've got everybody. They'll be full strength.
Dak's going to go off tonight.
Oh, and this will probably be one of Zeke's best games. Also,
you think so?
Yeah, he's going to be all this all day long too.
Yeah,
all night. He's going to be doing this,
doing the cooking dance. I love that. Remember when he jumped in the Salvation Army pot?
Right. And
that's when Zeke actually used to make me laugh. He'd wear the belly shirt.
Year, wasn't he?
I think it was. It was one of his first years.
Yeah,
he'd wear the belly shirt and he jumped into the pot. That was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I would love to jump in that Salvation Army pot if I was a football player. The big old lineman ought to jump in there too.
I mean, that'd be amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I need something to make me laugh tonight,
bro.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'll be able to watch the game, man. I'll be in the air, I think.
Yeah,
bro.
When do you get in?
Like at 9:30.
Into Missoula or Denver?
Yes. No, I get to Missoula. I get to Denver at 5:45
their time.
Yeah, then my flight doesn't leave till 7:15.
So that's like 7-something this time.
Yeah, that's 2 hours ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 hours behind. 2 hours behind.
Right. So it's 7-something in Eastern time.
Yeah.
So you get in at 9 something. So that means it's 11 something Eastern time.
Yes.
That game might be over.
It will be over.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
That stinks.
Appreciate the good look there, Angry Al. Appreciate you, bro. That's great. That's great intel by you.
Yeah.
If I was a bet man, I would have needed that.
Yeah. All right. Kevin Savard said, watch the officials tonight. That'll make you laugh, Harry. Yeah, it has. It has. It's tough to watch.
Oh,
all right.
Tough.
All right. In the next half hour, we got to get into this Sixers stuff from last night because I know you were dialed in on your boy Shake. You were texting me about Shake. I'll tell you, to get you to text me back about the show in the morning is impossible, but you're texting me about Shake Milton, for God's sake. I was on the treadmill at 7:30 watching the stupid Flyers.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
I didn't even see the Flyers.
God, they stink.
Why? I thought
they're awful.
I heard this trying to get rid of everybody now.
Oh, yeah? They're going to try to trade Giroux, get him to waive his no trade.
Yeah, I think they are.
I think that might have been a couple years too late. But anyway, we'll be back in 3. Don't forget, we got Martin Frank covers the NFL, covers the Eagles, coming up at 12:30. Lots to do right here on The Middle.